relax, stop oversharing. You know, we're living the days where we want to share everything to the world, especially in these days of content creation, in these days where we want to tell people we have arrived, we are doing this, we are doing that in our corner. I want to say to you, stop oversharing. Relax. See, there are some persons who actually have gone through a series of pregnancy and they lose their pregnancy, and they're like, when they're pregnant again, they're like, should I share or I shouldn't share? I don't know. Especially those people who has a community of people and their community has moved along with them, especially in this content space. And now they are pregnant, but they've lost a baby before. Now they are pregnant again and they are contemplating if they should share or not. See, I think if there are some things you don't share until it is rooted and planted. There are some things you don't put out there until it is rooted and planted, especially when you had series of disappointment, series of lose, series of sharing, and at the end of the day, you don't get the results. You get it? See, it's okay when what you want, before you share it to the world or to people or close friends, let it be planted, let it be rooted. You know, when the Bible talks about Elijah and Elisha telling the king, is it waiter now, telling him that he will see with his eyes, or his hands will not handle it, right? Elisha, that word came to pass. He saw that a corn of wheat was sowed. For 2 years there was famine, but at the end of the day, what Elisha prophesied came to pass, but he saw it, he couldn't handle it. Some of us are in a stage where we just need to water. We need to water. Before we finish watering it, we are shared. No, it's okay to be private. It's okay to keep some things. Especially like for me, last year I have some series of dating here and there, and because my friends are very involved in me, I have a circle of friends that are very involved. They are very interested of me getting married or having a relationship. So like, if what is happening now, who is this person, I'm like, okay, I shared. And at the end of the day, I had like different series of we stopped talking. So I got tired of telling them, this person, we're no longer talking. And now I said to myself, you know what, if I have a relationship right now, I'm not sharing with anybody. I'm going to keep it to myself until it is planted and rooted. Not because I don't want to tell them, because I'm tired of coming back to say, oh, there was a layoff, or we stopped talking, suddenly we just stopped talking. I don't want to share anymore. I just want to keep it. Let's see that it's going somewhere, it's planted, it's rooted. These people, they mean well to me. I saw a post on X. This lady, she was sharing her personal experience, and she said not everything you go out there to share, because she was doing her PhD, and while she was still on the PhD, but she actually did something that regarding the PhD, she just shared the celebration online, maybe on her status or something, that she got this. And guess what, on her way home she had an accident that almost took her life, and she was a wheelchair. So at that time she was sharing this testimony, was that she said it's not everything you come online to share. I like to have it, like I like to be rooted. And people came for her that, okay, even if you didn't share, don't you think you might still have the accident? She said she's not so sure. You know, some persons sharing what they are currently doing right now brings more attraction to them, bring more fame to them as a per se, because people are nosy in their matter, especially those people with very big space and everything, a very big high following. People are following them everywhere. So when they share, people want to be nosy about them. People want to be nosy. They want to know what's going on. They want to share. They want to share. But for you, there are some things you don't share. You have to keep it. You have to allow it. You just allow it plant. Allow it germinate. Allow it grow. For me, I think when you want to share some things, you possibly just have to pray. Lord, should I share this season right now? Because you might have people, community of women, for example, following you, and maybe you just experienced a divorce, or you just signed a deal, and you want to share your process, and the Holy Spirit is saying, hold on, don't share yet. There's a time. You know, the scripture talks about there is time for everything, time and season. So when it is a season, you need to understand the season where you are. If it's a season of sharing or a season of keeping quiet, just like Elisha told Gehazi, he said, is it the time to receive gifts? Is it the time to receive gifts? So you need to understand the season where you are right now. If it's a time to share, if it's a time to keep it privately. I saw a video last year. This lady, she got engaged and was ready to be married. So she made a video of how she told her friends she was engaged. So on that video, she just called her friends and they picked the FaceTiming and she just showed the ring. And one of them said, when? Who is the man? I heard that word. Who is the man? When did this happen? She didn't tell them because possibly she had experienced so much of heartbreak, so much of disappointment, so much of this is my man and now we're no longer dating. Now she kept it. She took everybody as surprise. She took everyone as surprise. So there are time for you to share. There are time for you to be quiet. There's time for you to say, you know what, this right now, I want you to actually let it be planted and rooted. Let it be planted and rooted. If you need to pray about some things you want to share, like pray about it before you share. It might not be social media. It might just be that you want to put it on your status. It might just be you want to tell it to your friends. It might not be you want to tell it to this. But there's a part you need to be quiet. I was listening to a message yesterday, and the man of God said something. He said there are some things, there are some end you need to run with. You need to learn how to the secret of keeping things private. You need to learn the secret of being quiet. You remember that in the Bible when Peter asked Ananias and Sapphira that how much did you sell this plot of land? Was this the real amount? The wife was not there. Ananias said, yes, we sold it in this amount. And Peter said, okay, you know what? The Holy Spirit has revealed to me this is not it. And immediately he died. But guess what? Nobody left the church. Nobody left the congregation to go call Ananias' wife and said, the body of your husband just left here. You better come to church and say the truth or you'll also die. Nobody spoke. While she was still coming into the church, nobody stepped out. Nobody pulled her aside and said, come. This is what Peter is going to ask you. No information was shared. Privacy. They understood. They understood the time. They understood what they were doing at that time. Nobody told her. And she too, imagine the congregation. Peter was doing signs and wonders. Signs and wonders is definitely going to bring a lot of crowd to church, right? So the congregation was definitely full. But nobody went out to tell Ananias' wife that this is what just happened to your husband. Your husband has just been buried. So if you get into this, is it that you're going to come to church and speak the truth or don't come? Nobody spilled it out. We are too quick to spill. We are too quick to share. See, let me tell you something. It's actually okay for people to put you in a box that they don't know you have already outgrown. It's actually very okay for people to size you into the part where they think or where they just believe that this is where you are. So just allow them size you, allow them put you in that box when you are ready to share. Then when you share it, it's like, oh my goodness, I didn't know you bought this car already. I didn't know you had this car. I didn't know you are friends with this person. I didn't know you are certified with this course. I didn't know you are a podcaster. I didn't know this. Like, shock them. But don't just be in a hurry. Don't just be in a hurry to always put it out there. Check your series, like check the event around you, and when you see that, okay, this has been like happening over and over again, can I just keep it? There are actually times like my personal picture, I don't post it on my WhatsApp status. I just feel the spirit around me and say, don't post yourself. I might share it on my Instagram or other posts, but my WhatsApp status, I am not sharing. I'm going to upload other things. My friends sent me a picture. I love it on my friends. I love it when I wake up to my friends' pictures. So I post it on my status. So like a week, I don't post myself. Nobody sees me. Possibly they're going to see me on Instagram, but on my WhatsApp status, no. So if you're not following me, then you're not going to see me. So I'm just quiet. I'm not sharing myself. I'm not putting myself out there. I might be sharing my food or other things, but myself, no. So it's okay to be private. It's okay to keep quiet. Or it's okay to have the things you're looking for in your hands before you drop it out. Like, hold it. That testimony, that testimony, hold it. Like, hold it. It's yours. Nothing can take it before you share it out. There was this prominent man of God's wife. At a point, she had waited for a very long time to have kids, and the kids were not forthcoming, and she went for IVF. So she started the IVF, and the baby was home. She went to the US to have the child, and they did a very large baby shower. They had 300 guests for baby shower because it was their first child after they waited for a few years, and finally the IVF gave it to them. 300 guests for baby shower. Guess what? After the baby shower, they went to the hospital to have the child. The baby died. The baby didn't come back home with them. That's a very sad story. But then she said, imagine my guest. Imagine me telling them all of this. Imagine what I said. Imagine me calling them to tell them, oh, the baby didn't make it. That was a whole lot of heartbreaking. So I'm saying all of this to say that keep some things private. Keep it to yourself. Pray about it. Be sure you are ready to share. Be sure that, some people, we live in the days right now where people just have their baby, they put it on the socials, they don't care what people are going to say about them. Some people, they are very good in the comment section. They are possibly they're having a bad day. They just see something and they drop a very bad comment towards your post, and that gets to you. That makes you cry. People can be miles away. Their comments reach you. People can reach you in social media, right? So you have to learn to preserve, keep, don't share. So you remember when Jesus healed a lot of people, anytime Jesus did healing, Jesus said to them, go show yourself to the king. Go and share yourself, go and share to the king, but don't tell anyone. But the miracle is so true. The miracle is an evidence. It's so true, I cannot hide this. So I will just be screaming. Like I'll be screaming on the way. When every time Jesus told the people he healed and said, don't tell anyone, they are going to share themselves. They are going to be the ones screaming and shouting, I have been healed, I have been cleansed. See, there are some miracles you can't hide. Miracle of pregnancy, you can't hide it. Because the first 3 months, you can hide it. 4th month, 5th month, it shows himself. So allow your testimony, allow your miracle, allow that thing you got that you are so eager to share, allow it to speak for itself. When you start a business, the business might be crawling, you might be doing so much on it might be crawling, but once the business picks up, it advertises itself. Everybody wants to come. Everybody, like this podcast I just started it, I just have 2 subscribers, and thank God for the views that are coming. I'm grateful. But one day, just one day, right? So Jesus will tell them, go and show yourself to the king, but don't tell anyone. They can't hide this. The miracle is already permanent. Like Jesus has healed me already, so they start screaming. One of the miracles I really like in the Bible is the miracle of the man at the pool of water. For 38 good years, he has been there. And when Jesus came to him and Jesus said to him, do you want to be healed? Do you know what he said to Jesus? He said, I have no man to help me. He said, I have no man to help me. He didn't know that the helper was already there. He didn't need a man. Jesus was the man that he needed. Jesus asked him a question. Do you want to be healed? He was giving another thing. He said he had no man to help me. Well, guess what? Jesus told him, he said, carry your bed and go. That was the testimony. He started moving, he started walking. But guess what? That brought a lot of criticism to God, to Jesus. People wanted to why? Why will you heal on the Sabbath day? But guess what? His testimony is permanent. And he said to them, he said, the one who healed me asked me to carry my bed and go. The one who gave me this child, the one who gave me this husband, the one who gave me this wife, asked me to go. So nothing can take it anymore. It's already there. So I like the testimony to speak for itself. So when that man, when they said, why are you carrying your bed on the Sabbath day? Why are you being healed on the Sabbath day? But when he has been there for 38 years, the only reason he was not healed was because nobody came for his help. He just needed somebody to put him in the water when the water stirred, but nobody came. But the day he was healed, they had a problem with it. So the day you have a testimony, people have a problem with it. The day you have that degree, people have a problem with it. Are you the only one? Are you the only one in the family or this, that? People have a problem with it. But the testimony is already permanent. And he told them, he said, the one who healed me, I love his response. The one who healed me, he asked me to carry my bed and go. So you don't have a say. The one who gave me this child, he said I should take it. It's mine. You don't have a say. So allow your testimony, allow that thing you want to share, allow it speak for itself, because you can't hide it anymore. There's a point you keep it. It becomes so rooted that you can't hide it. People just see it. It's evidence. People can't hide. People can't destroy it anymore because it's planted and rooted. Like it's planted and rooted. Nobody can uproot it. There's nothing they can do to uproot it. Like it's not possible. So when some things come, just relax. Take your time. Give thanks. Stay in thanksgiving. Be happy. Talk about it to God. Like, just share. You can share. I'm not saying don't share with your close pal, but putting that there on socials, everywhere in your status, you want people to know that this is, sometimes you want to share something so that people will just know that this is our new era. This is where we are at right now. Sometimes it's okay, but most times it's actually very okay to keep it. Keep it. There is a time for everything. So when that time comes, you can't hide it. It will just, so it will all over your face. You know, when you spray some kind of good cologne, and you can't hide it. It's smelling everywhere. It's everywhere. When you're pregnant, you have your baby, and you can't hide the baby, because the baby's going to be making a noise everywhere it goes. It's going to be smiling or trying to eat or trying to cause attention. When you're married, your ring is going to be glittering everywhere. You know, when you get that certification, you get that job, you're just going to be going on trips everywhere. Let your miracle show for itself. You don't have to share it to everybody instantly. Let it be planted, let it be rooted, then share. I hope you love this. I want to say thank you for watching. I want to say thank you for subscribing if you have, and if you haven't. So let me tell you about the thing about subscribing. I saw somebody who has 5 million subscribers on YouTube. 5 million subscribers. And she made a post and said 61% of you have not subscribed. No, 24% of you have not subscribed, and I'm asking you to please subscribe. So for me, I just have 2 subscribers, and those 2 subscribers, I know them. I do know them. So I'm asking you to please subscribe. I'm asking you to please like. Oh, it would be so beautiful if you drop a comment. Somebody dropped a comment on one of my posts. I was so happy. She's the first person to drop a comment. That was so encouraging. I love it. Thank you so much. And don't be selfish with your comments. Don't be selfish with your liking. Don't be selfish with your subscribing. Yes. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.